Good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Candidate 123. The issue presented to me as a newly appointed sergeant to the patrol squad is I've received a phone call from a refusal to identify complainant. The complainant stated that an on-duty officer has been seen consuming alcohol at a bar in our area. He provided me with the police vehicle number as well as the times the on-duty officer drank at the bar. My goal is to verify the incident took place because false complaints can lead to an innocent officer being terminated, as well as an unjust embarrassment to our department. Additionally, if an officer is identified, I'd like to assist this officer by getting him the resources needed for the underlying issues pushing him to drink while on duty. My goal is to also prevent this behavior for the safety of the officer, the public, as well as his peers. After being notified by the complainant, I will immediately notify my lieutenant, my commander, and the Internal Affairs Division of the situation. I will do this because of the gravity of the allegation. Due to my years of experience in the Internal Affairs Division as well as the Special Investigations Unit, this complaint is missing a lot of pertinent information. Although there's not an identifiable complainant, because of the serious allegation, I cannot ignore it. I must probe further to attempt to either disprove or prove the allegation. Therefore, I will attempt to contact the unknown caller by utilizing caller ID for additional detailed information, such as the bar's name, the address of the bar, the dates to go with the times provided, as well as a description of the officer and a start date. I would want a start date to signify when this crisis started with this officer, that he became so boggled down that he started drinking while on duty. If I am able to gather this information, then I will identify the officer by obtaining 30 days of roll call rosters, which includes our officers' names, their payroll numbers, their unit numbers, and their shop numbers, which is vehicle numbers, as well as their shifts. I will then correlate the information provided from the complainant to the roll call sheets. Further investigation will be needed due to our shops, our vehicles are being assigned to different officers on different days and different shifts. Next, I will access our PPS, which is our police personnel system, for employee photographs. Since I'm new to this patrol squad, I don't know what the officers look like, so I wouldn't be able to identify via the description if it was provided. While I'm gathering this information, I will request our administrative sergeant to generate an issue record form. This is our Internal Affairs Division form that's generated upon receiving all new complaints. If the name of the bar was located, I'd contact this business for surveillance video inside and outside of the establishment. I'll do this so that I could identify the vehicle either in the parking lot or the officer inside and see what he is consuming. If the information could be obtained, then I would forward this investigation to our Internal Affairs Proactive Unit. I would do this because there's no complainant, or the complainant wanted to be anonymous. So therefore, if the officer was identified, he would not be required to respond to an interrogation. The proactive unit would assist by further investigating this issue covertly. If I am not provided enough information to identify the officer, then I will still forward this issue record form detailing all information received and information I was able to gather, and I would forward it to our Internal Affairs Proactive Unit for covert surveillance of our patrol area bars. And then I would update my lieutenant of the situation and how it has been resolved and passed over to a different unit. Additionally, I will schedule either way representatives from our psych services, our peer support, the union representative financial advisors, and a representative from our Alcohol Anonymous to our next roll call. The notion that one of our officers could be failing to handle something that could bring him to drink while on duty is heartbreaking. I would want to introduce myself to the officers as I'm new and explain that alcohol addiction is one of the leading diseases with our officers across the nation. We're all a family, and it's our duty to support each other when we're experiencing a life crisis. I'll let them know that I'm here also as a counselor and a coach to help them persevere through their crisis. Next, I would pass out the general order on employee misconduct and expound on it by reminding officers that it's prohibited to consume alcohol on duty, and it's also illegal to drink and drive. I would then ask questions about the general order or any concerns each officer had, and I would then explain to them to sign the roster sign that's going around that's confirming that they did receive and understood the general order on employee misconduct. I would document this from the start of receiving the phone call and maintain a working file on everything that I did up until this roll call. And I would then update my lieutenant on everything that occurred. This concludes my scenario.